Welcome everyone to Elevate Your Excellence. We're here, we try to help you reach your potential physically and mentally and just help you reach your highest form of excellence. We're gonna be talking about 5 staple supplements to make your body unstoppable. Now again, these are all supplements you've probably heard of before, and again, these are all just from my preference with these supplements and just different studying that I've done. I always recommend you do your research yourself. And again, if you don't react well to some of these supplements, maybe you're the rare few that maybe have bad reactions to them, maybe allergic, then of course, these might not be for you. It's always important to be aware of your body when you take any sort of supplement or vitamin and just make sure that you are really in tune with how you feel after you take it, because again, that can tell a lot with how it's kind of reacting to your body. So let's start with the first one. Let's get right into it. The sunshine vitamin. So vitamin D, this one is super important. Now again, I always recommend that you get these nutrients and these different kind of supplements if you're able to through either your environment or through food. But again, a lot of the population needs to supplement just so their body can take these vitamin supplements to reach its highest form, to be able to function at the highest level. Because in our diet today, in society, we usually don't reach the basic level of some of these mandatory nutrients within our body. So again, vitamin D, this one is a really, really important one. Now, if you can get it through sunlight, obviously that's the best way. For me, I live in the Pacific Northwest and it is getting into wintertime and there's not a lot of sunlight outside, so vitamin D is essential. Now, as we talk about these supplements, I'm not only going to talk about what supplements I feel like are best as staples to have, that every person should have for the most part in their supplement cabinet, but also the types that are the most bioavailable for your body. Now, vitamin D, it is super crucial. You get a vitamin D3. That is super, super important. Vitamin D2 mainly comes from plant sources. So if you are vegan, that could be a good option for you. But the research and the literature shows that vitamin D3, when they studied this, your plasma levels and the level of vitamin D in your blood was higher when they took vitamin D3. It was more readily absorbed within your body. Now, another thing that's very important is it's fat soluble. So what that means is it is best absorbed when you take it with a fat. Again, I always recommend healthy foods, healthy fats, things like maybe fish oils, just eating fish, eating a good meal that has a lot of good fats in it, like ghee butter, avocados. So vitamin D3 is super important. Now you're gonna see a common thing with all these supplements that they affect such a wide array of different functions within your body. So again, these are all staples that are gonna help, your hormones, are gonna help your immune system, so many different things that you can benefit from taking, not just this one, but all the supplements we're gonna cover today. So the first staple we're talking about is vitamin D3. Super important. Again, there's a study, and I'm not gonna get too much in the literature of all the studies, I'll put them down below, but where people who were sick with either like the flu, a cold, the Rona, whatever it may be, they were able to recover so much faster from vitamin D3. So it's just one example of how it really does boost your immune system. And not only that, it affects so many other different systems within the body. So vitamin D3 is super important. Try to get it from sunlight. If you're not able to, supplementing is such a good idea here. Let's go on to round number 2. We have magnesium. Okay, now magnesium is another very, very important mineral that should be taken almost daily, right? Depending on your diet and things, but for me personally, I take it daily. Now, magnesium affects 300 different functions in the body. So magnesium is something that you want to get in the correct form. So there's 2 different types of forms. Magnesium glycinate is the one that I have here, and this is the one that I prefer and I like the best. The second one is a little bit more for your brain health, magnesium L-threonate. I think I'm gonna butcher that, threonate. I think that's how you say it. And that one actually crosses the blood-brain barrier a lot more easily. So you're able to get a lot more of the acute mental benefits from the L-threonate. Now the glycinate, the one that I like, the reason I like this a little bit more, because I do feel like it helps with your gut health. It definitely is kind of like a mild laxative in a sense, but it doesn't dehydrate your bowels. And you still do get some of the mental benefits through this form here, and it's a very highly bioavailable form. So magnesium is so, so important for so many different things, and again, all these supplements kind of work in conjunction with each other to kind of help build off each and every one here. So magnesium, Gotta do it. Again, it's gonna help with soreness, it's gonna help just keep you regular, it's going to help with anxiety, it's gonna help with stress, and just kind of put you in that meditative, calm state in a very subtle way. But magnesium is such an important staple here. Supplement number 3, omega-3s. That's why I said that for 3. Okay, so omega-3s, again, super important. It's gonna help with your mental acuity. It's gonna help with symptoms of depression, just help with your mood overall and your well-being. Also, it's really good for your heart health. This omega-3s, they did a study of people who were going through depression, or they were depressed, or just had a lot of anxiety. When they took about 3,000 milligrams, which is about roughly the average you should consume for the normal person, unless you have like a heart condition or unless your doctor prescribes otherwise. 3,000 milligrams is in the ballpark of the average person, and you kind of want to break that up, like 1,000 in the morning, 1,000 in the afternoon, and 1,000 at night. Now this one, you can take it with a meal, it's totally fine. This is actually a good source of fat. So again, when I take my vitamin D, I'll usually actually take omega with it as well. But this is such an important one on so many different levels. This is one that you can kind of feel the difference. Magnesium you can do, vitamin D you can, it's very subtle, but this is definitely one mentally where you're gonna feel a lot of the mental boost and the benefits from it if you take about 3,000. Now, with all these supplements, but especially with fish oils, you wanna make sure with all of them, it's a GMP certified facility and it's third-party tested. These are things you want to be on the lookout for, especially with fish oil. All the stuff in general, but fish oil especially. There was a study that came out where a lot of the fish oils on the market is contaminated with mercury, a bunch of different toxins that you do not want to ingest within your body here. So just make sure you're getting a high quality fish oil supplement here. Okay, so that is number 3, omega-3s. Next up, we're talking about zinc. This is another mineral. Now, zinc is very important because it is going to boost your immune system as a big thing. That's the main reason why I take it. It does help with actually hormone levels and testosterone levels and things like that, but it really is a huge immune system booster. So especially as we're getting closer to the winter time, zinc is honestly one of my favorites. I take it at night after I eat dinner. Now you have to take it with food because zinc does have a tendency, this mineral, to make you a little bit nauseous if taken on an empty stomach here. Now let's talk about the best forms of zinc. Now there is a couple different ones out there, but I like the zinc bisglycinate. So it's almost like the glycinate. And I could be butchering these words here, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but bisglycinate, and it's chelated. So this one, again, is very bioavailable. Like the zinc oxides and there's a lot of different forms of zinc. So you kind of have to do a little research and you got to do a little digging to get ones that are bioavailable. A lot of times people will buy supplements thinking that they're going to benefit from it. And what ends up happening just ends up passing right through them. Because it's important that you get supplements that are bioavailable and that can help be absorbed in your system to actually get the full benefits from it. So that's another very, very important one to get the correct form of these different types of supplements. So zinc, just make sure you take it with a meal. I like taking it at night, and I feel like a lot of the different health benefits have helped, just my personal experience. When I do take it after dinner at night, it just helps with a plethora of different things, hormones, sleep, immune system. So zinc, next one. Last one we're talking about, number 5, a probiotic. You probably heard of the mind-body connection. There definitely is a mind-gut connection. Everything is connected within your body, but this has a direct connection between your mind and your gut. So if you don't have a healthy gut, you're gonna have brain fog, fatigue, it's going to affect definitely your mental acuity and your mental sharpness. So having a healthy gut, another very, very important one here. Things that should be noted is I have the 60 billion live active cultures here. I usually don't tend to like to go higher than 60 billion. I think they have all the way I've seen up to like 100 billion. When I take that, and I'm a fairly healthy person, and when I take that excessive amount of active live cultures, I feel like it's kind of adding more fuel to the fire. So I do have a little bit of gut discomfort or like a little stomach ache if I do take too much. Now let's say I was on an antibiotic and my whole gut flora and all the bacteria within my gut was just wiped clean. Antibiotics have a tendency to do that depending on how long you take them. Then it would seem more reasonable to maybe go with the 100 billion one, just kind of replace that and get it functioning back to a normal level. Now you also want to make sure you have a decent amount of strains. Now the strains are going to help with the enzymes just keep everything living in harmony within your gut and your microbiome. So I think it's super important to have 60 billion is a good one. It gets a little pricier, you know, as the higher you go up. And then at least 10 strains. This one has 15 strains in a year. So these are all the supplements that I think are staples that are gonna make your body function at the highest level possible on so many different realms and on so many different spectrums within your biological body. And you know, I want you guys to let me know what are some of your staples that you guys have in your supplement cabinet. I do take a little bit more supplements here depending on my goals and what I'm going for, but these are the 5 staples to make your body unstoppable. I'll catch you guys next time, and again, drop in the comments, anything that you guys are thinking of, or some of your favorite supplements that you like to take. Catch you guys next time.